today I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion on the Valorant agent tier list. First of all, let's get right into this, but I want to let you know this is my opinion, and obviously things change as characters get changed, but this is my opinion in the current situation right now. So first two characters I'm going to touch, Silva. I think he goes S tier just simply for how useful his information is. The drone, absolutely insane. The recon, absolutely insane. And you can make so many nasty plays with the shock darts. But this is giving you know what you're doing. This is giving you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing on Silva, I toss him down to A or B tier. But for people who know all their stuff with Silva, he's one of the best agents in the game in my opinion, if not the best agent. So next character we'll move on to, it's probably going to be Breach. Let's just start with him. I'm gonna put Breach A tier only because of how good his flashes are. Because his flashes do cost 200 to pop, which is kind of expensive. He has the ability that helps him clear corners, and he has the aftershock. The only reason I'd consider this character potentially a B tier is because it's hard to play off his own flashes, his own aftershock, and his own abilities. It's super hard for him to play off himself, so you need slightly coordinated teammates to play off that. But if you have people playing with you and playing off of you, definitely A tier. Next, let's hit Cypher. Cypher's definitely A tier because of his camera and his tripwires. Like, this man is the only person in the game who can now hold flank. Killjoy cannot hold flank as well as Cypher. Now there's still Omen and Jets getting around it, but he can still hold the flank, unlike Killjoy. So he is A just because of how useful he is at holding and locking down a bomb site. And I would put Killjoy up at A tier with Cypher, but I'm not going to because the camera is just giant. There's so many nasty places you can put the camera and so much big information you can get. You can know when people are pushing before they push. But Killjoy, you know I love Killjoy, you guys. You know she's one of my favorite agents in the entire game to play. But I'm putting her B tier, especially with the nerf. I think the nerf was fair if you guys ask me my opinion on the nerf. But I think with the nerf, she definitely sits B tier because she cannot just throw all of her utility up on the flank and just leave. And she cannot rotate bomb sites. She has to stay in range of her stuff. Otherwise, I might rate her higher. But I think B is a perfect place for her to stand. And guys, I added F tier to this list for this character right here, the Viper. There's only 3 controllers in the game right now, and she simply doesn't do shit. Like, I'd hardly consider her a controller. She can put walls up, she can put poisons down. But this character, I think, is a character that's going to get a complete overhaul in the future. Like, change every piece of the abilities and just entire overhaul. But let's move on to Phoenix. I think Phoenix is a great duelist. I'm going to put Phoenix up at A tier because of this. He is the do-it-all duelist, is what I call him. He has a wall that helps him get into the bomb site and block off areas. He has a molly that can clear a bunch of corners for his team. And he's got amazing flashes, but people are letting out the flashes, but people are smoking, throwing smokes or flashes out of the smoke, and they're making plays. But the main reason I give him A tier is because of his kit as a whole, and his ult is actually insane. It's only 6, guys. It's only 6 ult charges to get his ult, and it's absolutely insane for getting an early pick. So that's why I'm leaving him at A tier. Now, Reyna, on the other hand, I'm going to put her B tier. I think she's a phenomenal agent. She's super fun to play. Her boombot's good for information. Her nade is actually insane. But the only reason I'm putting her to B tier is because of her movement with the ult. The satchels don't go well with the ult anymore. You have to throw the satchel on the ground, jump onto the satchel after you've pulled your ult out, because the ult takes a whole second to pull out now. So after you throw your second blast pack under your feet, it takes a whole second to pull the ult out and shoot it. So that's why I'm putting her B tier. Now Brimstone, I'm putting him D tier, guys. Like, I think he was a good agent at the start, but his smokes are great. His molly is great for stopping a push, like insane. If you put his molly down inside of a smoke, I've killed so many people with this and done so much damage with it. And his ult is actually amazing. You get to make so many good plays with it. But the only reason I'm tossing him D tier is because Stim Beacon. It's literally a useless ability. Every time a Brimstone throws that shit under my feet, I die because I don't know I was about to be stimmed when I get stimmed, and it just causes me to miss every single shot that I shoot. If you're playing Brimstone, don't do that. But you could argue he's C tier. Everything else on him is good besides the Stim Beacon, and I think they're going to rework that. Maybe give him a different ability, I hope, one day. But let's move on to Sage. Sage, if you're playing on the map Split, Sage is C tier because the slows are super useful. But given you don't play, if you're playing her on any other map, she's down to D tier. And I'm honestly going to leave this agent down at D tier. And maybe move given how useful his Sage is, I'm moving Brimstone up on this list, honestly. I'm going to put Brimstone C because of how good his ult is and how good his molly is. But Sage just needs to sit D tier. I'd put her C if you're playing split, but we're on any other map right now. As an overall agent, her heal, garbage in comparison to Skye. 100% useless in comparison to Skye. Her ult, her res, still pretty good, still pretty useful. Her wall, not as good as it used to be. People just don't play her. Why would you want to play a character that can only heal 60? Boost Sage's heal back up to 100, and I'd say I'd put her B tier, honestly. I'd push her all the way up. So now let's take a look at Reyna. I'm probably going to put Reyna as a B tier agent in my opinion, and the reason I'm going to put her here is because she only has flashes. Every other piece of her utility is playing for herself, and I'm all about team play as this is a team game. So I'm going to put her at B tier. Her flashes are super useful to help execute a bomb site. Her ult is only good for herself, and her ult isn't even that good in my opinion. I'd rather see the ult be something different, but I doubt they'll change that ever. But the reason she's at B tier is because of how she can peek into 4 enemies at once, get a headshot, and bail completely without taking any damage. And she's the best character in the game to have lurking because she can heal after every kill. Now let's take a look at my boy Omen. I'm putting him in S tier, and the reasoning behind this is because he's the best controller in the game. He's way better than Brimstone. He's way better than Viper. He's got the all around. He's got flashes. He's got movement. And he's got smokes. He's the all around do everything controller. He's one of the best characters in the game. Now, I don't like playing him, but he's one of the best agents in the game in my opinion. I think he belongs in S tier. Let me know what you guys think about that. So for the last agent on the list, oh, there's 2 more. All right, so we're going Jett. We're gonna mess with Jett. I think Jett is B tier. I can't put her any higher on that list. I can almost argue C tier. The only reason she's sitting B tier is how well she can get in and out of situations. So she can hold a super crazy off angle no one would expect, get a kill, and dash right out. Or miss a shot, dash right out. She can get out of situations so well. So she can put herself in crazy positions to catch people lacking and be able to get out of those positions. Where Reyna, you have to get a kill to get out of that position. That's why I think Jett and Reyna should definitely belong in the same tier. Now, Jett smokes pretty good, but I think she's B tier. I can't put her any higher on this list, and I know you guys love her, but I can't put her any higher on this list. I'd almost consider her C tier for how badly she is only playing for herself and how annoying she is. Alright guys, the last character I want to talk about here is Skye. I'm probably gonna have to toss Skye up on B tier because of her flashes and how good they are. I can't put her at C and I can't put her at A, so I think the perfect spot's B. Her flashes are super good. They're great for information, so you can throw a flash around a corner and know if people there or not, and that's why I think she's absolutely insane. You don't necessarily have to peek behind every flash. It's just the knowledge and knowing someone that's there is actually insane. Her dog is mediocre. It can get decent information, but the reason she's on this list is because of how good her heal can be and how good her flashes are. Her ult is mediocre and her tiger is mediocre, but she's on B because how crazy her flashes is and how her heal is. Now, you guys are going to have to let me know in the comments of this video what you guys think about my tier list, where you'd move people, and be civil in the comments, please. Thank you guys for watching, and once again, let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, a quick little bonus. I do stream every single day on Twitch from 11 a.m. Central to 5 p.m. If you guys would like to check me out, I'm live every single day. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.